Growing with Grow. My name's Austin, and today I have a special dish for you. It's called cornmeal and cheese. Now this dish is specific to the Turkish region, and I found it in one of the local Turkish cookbooks. Basically what it is cornmeal and cheese, cornmeal that's been browned, and then you add some butter and you brown that, and then you go ahead with the cheese and stir it in. So let's prepare the cheese, and then we'll get to cooking. Here's our cheese. What we're going to be doing with it is cutting it into about a ½ inch squares so that it can easily melt and get incorporated with that cornmeal and butter. So now that we have our cheese set up, we're ready to begin cooking. Here's a visual representation of our ingredients. You can see we've got some water, we've got a cup of mozzarella cheese, obviously not using mozzarella, but I've got a local cheese here that I'm using. We've got some butter that's been cut up, 3 tablespoons of it, and we've got some cornmeal that we're going to brown. So let's put these ingredients together and get our dish started. We have a cast iron skillet coming up to temperature here, and I've got this on a setting of 2. You want to make sure that you do this slowly. Traditionally, Turkish use a copper pan. I don't have that, so we're going to go with the cast iron. And what I'm going to do is go ahead and brown this cornmeal. So this is what the cornmeal looks like afterwards. And you can't really make it out very good in the camera, I don't think, but it is a little bit browner. Basically what I did was started with a low temperature and then creeped it up to about 6 until I smelt that it was getting brown. And then I took it off the heat, just stirring the entire time. Next, what we're gonna do is we're gonna remove this from the cast iron and switch over to a non-stick skillet. So our next step is we're going to go in with those 3 tablespoons of butter, and we're going to slowly brown that. Our butter's golden brown now. We've been stirring it constantly just to make sure that it doesn't burn. But it's got a nice golden brown hue to it. So we're going to add back in that toasted cornmeal. Now for this, what we're looking for is to get a nice dark kind of golden color. So we're just going to stir and kind of incorporate the wet and dry ingredients. And when it gets to the color that I want, we are going to add water. Okay, so this is about as far as I want to take it. And now we're going to add some water to it. Going in with 2/3 cup of water, and we're going to let that boil. And then basically what's going to happen is this is going to boil. And what we're going to do is the butter is going to come to the top, and then we'll begin to add our cheese. Now I'm going to try and stir this to get the clumps out, and then hopefully by the time the butter rises to the top and we're boiling, we can add that cheese. Our mixture is thickened up. We've been stirring it constantly. We brought it to a boil. The butter rose to the top, and then we simmered it for about 10 minutes. And as you can see right now, it's pretty thick. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start adding this cheese in. And we're gonna do this pretty slowly, just to allow this cheese to kind of melt into the ingredients. And actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit more water. So that's the final mixture. We're gonna add some butter and turn the heat off, and it'll be ready to serve. As you can see, here's the finished product. Definitely has some gooey, ooey cheese to it. So let's head and give it a taste test. All right, so we got some of that cornmeal and cheese. Let's get that string of cheese off. All right, here we go. It's definitely good. You get some of that cheese taste. Definitely taste the cornmeal. For me, I'm gonna add a little bit more cheese next time because I didn't get as much cheese as I wanted. Definitely would be good with like soups and stews. Kind of like how we use cornbread in America. It tastes definitely similar to grits and cheese, if you've had that. So now I did a little improvising during the cooking process. So go ahead and click show more, and you'll be able to see everything that I did, the instructions, how to cook it, that kind of stuff, the ingredients. If you liked what I'm doing today, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, and you won't miss another video. All right, everyone, see you on the next one. Cheers.